You broke bread with Jesus. You heard it here first.
That's right, brother.
A lot's happened since yesterday. A lot has happened since yesterday for Carlos because he was praying at the Last Supper of Jesus Christ. We did not know that when we asked him to come on this show.
And I still got 2 disciples in the band, bro. A lot's happened since yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of A Lot's Happened Since Yesterday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this show with your friends. Remember, we're on YouTube, but we're also on podcasts and Apple iTunes and Spotify and all of the good stuff. We're up there with Joe Rogan. Not in rank, but we're still on the same platform. It means something, right? Come on. So share it and spread it with your friends. My name is Cody Walker.
My name is Ralph Busso, and today we have a very special guest with us, a true rocker to the core, Carlos Cruz from Stonebreed.
All right.
Mr. Cruz. How you doing, Carlos? What's going on, brother?
Couldn't be doing better, man. Just living life in beautiful Southern California, enjoying every day, baby.
Yeah. Love it, brother.
Well, I mean, this is what we got to do, right?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
That's what we got to do, bro. That's why I'm here on this earth, is just enjoy my life and have fun, man, and let the sun beat on my face every once in a while.
Hell yeah, dude. And you do. We are going to get in that for sure. Before we jump into Carlos's story and all his background, because we're going to go deep with Carlos. We have to. This motherfucker's been around forever. But but before we go, I need to give a special shout out. We have started a new Facebook group where me and Ralph are in it all the time. We've got almost 500 people strong now. We're interacting, we're sharing shit, we're helping our friends promote, we're doing it all. So go join into that. And for the first time, I have to say, and I'm honored, I'd like to send a very special thank you to one Miss Laurie Whittaker. She is the first person to officially support our channel. Laurie has supported Ravenscroft. She has supported now this show. She's a diehard supporter of art, of artists, of music, everywhere. Go find her on the group because she's amazing. Laurie, we love you and we cannot thank you enough for what you do for us and what you continue to do for us.
Thank you, Laurie. We love you. Seriously, you really are special in our hearts because, I mean, there's a lot of people that are fans and super fans, but you go way out of your way to support the people that you appreciate. And it's not just Ravenscroft and anything that I may be doing. It's a lot of bands, including Stonebreed. Carlos, you felt the love, no?
Oh, absolutely. I know Laurie very well. She's been to some of our shows, even though every time she comes to town, she tries to check out our show. We love Laurie a lot. Hey, Laurie.
There you go, people. So Laurie is everywhere. She is a true supporter of the arts. We love you, girl. Thank you. I can't say it enough. Thank you so much.
We need more Lauries.
Yeah,
more Lauries in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So everybody follow her lead and subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
Guys, I can't say this enough. This is nothing to do with anything with my band or anything like that. This has everything to do with the fact that Cody and I, we're musicians, just like Carlos is a musician and every other musician we've ever had on here. Whether it's somebody that's a major national act or someone that's just a local band that's trying to get out there and get their music heard. We are here to support the music scene and the entertainment industry as a whole in a big way because we believe in it. It's what we love. It's what we're passionate about. And if you feel the same way, then spread the love. That's all we have.
Jump on board of the crazy train, motherfuckers. But anyways, one last thank you. We love you all. Support not just us, support art. That's all I'm asking. That's what we're here for. That's what you ask you to do.
Support the content creators, the musicians, people that make movies, TV shows, people that my brother-in-law is a fantastic artist, Thomas Marquez. Check him out. I'm gonna leave a link, right, Cody?
Yep.
Anyway,
yep, I am now.
we'll do something with that later. But anyways, no, there's so many people that are just passionate and they have so many talents and skills, and it's just amazing when you see these people shine. And one of the people that have shined above a lot of others is the man that is with us today, Carlos Cruz from the band Stonebreed. Carlos, give us a little bit of background on your your background, on what, how you grew up and how you got into the music scene.
Well, okay, let's see. I was born in Santa Monica, California, and I didn't stay there very long. I only stayed in Santa Monica until I was probably around a kindergarten. My father had a job where every 6 weeks we traveled to a different city and state. So like I would go and be in Nashville, Tennessee, going to school. 6 weeks later, I would be in the Bronx, New York. 6 weeks later, I'd be in Poughkeepsie. 6 weeks later, I'd be in Miami, Florida. So as a kid, and he wasn't in the military, my father worked for a toy company. He was actually an international Dunkin' yo-yo champion. And we would go to cities and we would promote the yo-yos. And he would do like $1 million worth of sales in each city, and he'd get a bonus. And we go to the next town. As a child growing up, I knew how to do the yo-yo very well. Back then, almost every small city that you went to would have like a Saturday morning TV show, like a local TV show that would host. And my dad would always make me go on the little kid TV shows and promote the yo-yos and go do the contests and stuff like that. So growing up as a kid, I traveled around a lot. I think that's why I got the I need to be on tour mentality. But as I was growing up, my father played a little guitar, played harmonica, wrote a couple songs, was never really in a band, but he was musical. My mom had this old beat up station wagon that I used to ride around in the back seat with my sister. My mom would always have like the AM Gold on and, the FM station. And I can remember being really early, just singing along. And I used to have these 2 sticks. I would beat on the back of the car seat, and I would sing like Elvis and all the old shit, like the old country. But then got a little older, I started listening to stuff that was on the radio. And I think my first concert, I went to see like Kenny Rogers and the Captain and Tennille or something. I was probably like 8 years old. So, I mean, I really started early. Then I started, getting into, like, I had the 45s. I had Sweet Ballroom Blitz. I had like Elton John, Philadelphia Freedom, and stuff like that I was getting into. Then I started getting into bands like Stars and Angel. And, when Aerosmith and Kiss came out, that's just what did it for me, man. When I first saw Kiss on the Midnight Special, and I went to school on like Friday, and nobody knew who Kiss was. And then Friday night they played on the Midnight Special. Come Monday, I showed up at school. So many kids, Kiss makeup on their face, Kiss statement, homemade Kiss T-shirts, homemade Kiss jackets. Over one weekend, that band just terrorized America and terrorized me as well. So from that day forward, I was a true rocker, man. And that's where I pretty much got all my roots at, brother.
You think that still happens anymore, Carlos? I mean,
I don't know, man. There's a couple of new bands. I mean, there's like a new band out, that's called Dirty Honey. They're from the LA area. They're really good. It's hard to find any newer bands that people promote and stuff. You have to dig deep. They're not on regular radio anymore. I mean, I turn on my regular FM radio and all I hear is the same as, AC/DC, Bob Seger, Fleetwood Mac songs.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to hear some new music. So it's out there. You just got to look for it harder. And that's why I appreciate guys like you guys for what you guys do, man.
Thank you,
sure.
man. Thank you.
I mean, I definitely was leaning more towards, do you think that the fans are, well, because you mentioned a specific story about seeing, when Kiss broke out, all these kids at school were, they were making homemade stuff. I mean, do you think that the fans are still that excited about it?
I don't know. I think the internet, and the instant gratification that kids get these days has really watered it down tremendously. I mean, back then, if an album came out, man, you couldn't download it immediately. You had to wait for 2 weeks, and you had to find it in some circus magazine, and you had to go down to the store and you had to find that shit, and it made it that much more worthwhile because you had to go through so much trouble just to get it and find it. Now, I can go on here and I can download 10 of my favorite bands in a matter of 10 minutes, and I don't even have to pay for it. And that's just wrong, in my opinion, as a musician. But there's no hype and no I got to have this by Monday type of thing anymore. Everything's instant gratification for people these days.
I think, I think that's what makes when they do catch through it that much more special right now. I mean, look at Ghost. There are bands that beckon people to put the makeup on right now. I mean, Ghost does it. Slipknot, they got some guys, they encourage people to do that stuff, but it's so rare nowadays, like Carlos said, because how many times now do bands not only give you the song, but you get the song 3 or 4 times before it's even released because, hey, it's been recorded at a live show and here's a quote unquote leaked version that we didn't want you to see.
Right.
And it's all part of viral marketing. I get it. But at the same time, you forget that, man, you had to wait 2 years after you got that album before you started hearing anything from new music from your favorite brand at one point.
Right.
You know, it was a secret.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It was better than Christmas at one point because you just knew it was coming. You just didn't know when, you know.
It's like when the Double Live Kiss album came out, I couldn't wait to get it. I mean, I went to like 6 record stores in a 2-week period. It was sold out everywhere. And it frustrated me. And I finally found it at Sears, man. And I was like, man, took me 2 weeks to get this record, man. You know how many joints I rolled on that freaking record, man? It was the Double Live one, you know?
Wow. Yeah. Definitely something to be said about whether or not instant gratification truly is something that we should be excited about, because does it really better us as people, or is it taking away from our souls on some level? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm these days, bro, I try to stay away from too many moral topics because people are just like,
oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, same here. I don't post any of my nothing on nothing. I mean, if I like chocolate ice cream, someone's going to debate me on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's going to be 10 people that don't like chocolate. 5 is going to tell me why I shouldn't eat chocolate. 3 is going to tell me how unhealthy it is for me. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, I do want to ask you one thing. When did you start Stonebreed? Because I looked into it and I couldn't find like a spot where I could see, yes, this is when they really got started. I know you've been through a lot of lineup changes, but when did you actually start the band Stonebreed? What year was it?
Well, it's been right at 11 years now. So I think it would be 2010? Would that be 10, 21?
Yes.
Yeah.
About 2010, we did our first gig at Palladino's on October. I think I got a flyer somewhere, man. It was like October 24th or something like that. And we'd only rehearsed a month and a half before that. So it was October of 2010. So I would guess around August, I started placing ads on Craigslist, you know, hard rock, Southern rock singer, looking for guitar player, bass player, you know, form a band, join a band type of thing. One guy got a hold of me. His name was David Eggers, guitar player. And we hit it off. Same kind of music, close to the same age range. He liked all of the same music that I like. And, you know, when you get a little older in life, you know, now, especially at my age, and I'm looking on Craigslist, I see all these young kids with my influences are, there's 10 bands, I've never even heard of one of them. You know, I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying? So to find people that like the same kind of music that you like and grew up listening to the same stuff that you like was really hard. But, you know, me and Dave clicked it off. So then I was like, okay, well, now we need a drummer and a bass player. So then we, you know, same thing, Craigslist, we found a guy named Don Bodway, and Don joined the band on bass. And then we got Mike Gray on drums, you know, everybody through Craigslist. And then a guy named Tim Jones joined us immediately. So that was the core of Stonebreed, August of 2010. That would have been Carlos, Cruz, myself, Dave Eggers, Tim Jones, Mike Gray, and Don Bodway. Shortly thereafter, Tim decided he was going to move to New York City for summer. He was a doctor on the side. He fell in love, and the band life wasn't for him. And if I remember correctly, it was like 3 or 4 days before we were supposed to open for a national. And I think it was like Molly Hatchet or Marshall Tucker at the Canyon Club. Big show, been promoting it. And all of a sudden this guy says, well, you know, I gotta leave and move. We're like, well, you can do the show, right? He goes, no, I'm moving tomorrow. So we were like, well, you know, we only had one guitar player. So then Dave suggested a friend of his name was Steve Sampson. So Steve came in and joined, and literally we had 2 rehearsals and then did the show, and he fit like a glove. And that unit right there, believe it or not, was a very good unit, man. Those 5 guys, and to this day, I still don't know exactly how everything kind of blew up and happened. But to this day, I always look back and I think to myself, that was a solid lineup. And the reason I say that is because, you know, with Dave on guitar, Dave was a really good classic rock, Southern rock guitar player. Steve was more of a metal guy. He was more into Dimebag and stuff like that. So I had the combination of the good classic Southern guitars with the metal guitars. And with that, the first album came out, it did very well. I mean, we did we released it ourselves. We didn't do it on a label, the first album. We got Andy Haler to produce it, and it did pretty well. And then after that, I've never told this story right here, but I'm going to tell you guys what happened. I was courting a record label, and the guys in the band don't even know this. To this day, they don't even know this story. I was being courted and courting a record label at the time. We were scheduled to open for Saxon down in Corona. The record label called and said, well, man, I got a guy there that wants to see you, but there's no way he can wait until 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Is there any way you guys can play an earlier spot? I didn't want to tell the band members about it because I didn't want to jinx us and go, hey, by the way, I got a record label coming looking at us. So I didn't even tell the guys. The long story short is we ended up switching our show time to accommodate this record label guy. And we went on early. I'm talking like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, some ungodly hour. It made the guys mad. They didn't understand that the reason I was doing this, there was other things that evolved around that. But then the very next day, the dude calls me. He's like, yeah, we're very interested. We'd like to have a meeting with you. And that about an hour after I got that call, my bass player called me. He's like, hey, man, I think I'm going to move on, and I'm not going to be in Stonebreed anymore. So I was like, wow, man, are you sure? And this and that. And he was like, yeah. And he goes, and I go, well, okay, well, good luck to you, man. We, and I used the word we. And as I said, he was like, well, I got a feeling I'm not the only one. You're probably going to get another call or two here in the next, couple of hours. So the bottom line is these guys all decided that they wanted to just bail and start their own thing. So all 4 of them quit on me at the same time. They just quit on me, bro. I'm not even kidding, and they had no idea about the record label or nothing like that. So at that point, I already had some shows booked, like in, it was Denver. We were playing like the Wolf Fest. And I think we were doing something big in Utah. And I didn't want to cancel the shows. And I was like, well, shit, what do I do, man? Here I am. I got an album. I got a band name. I got a brand I've been building up for like 4 fucking years. And, all of a sudden I don't have a band. So I slept on it and thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to persevere and move on, man. I'm just going to get some new guys that want to do this. So the first thing that I did was I recruited my roommate was a drummer in a metal band. He's like, hey, I'll do the drums for you on this show. So I scraped together a couple of local cats and went and did these shows. But as soon as I got back in town, I started putting the word out. I was looking, and I had people out of the woodworks coming to me. And one of the main things that happened was at the time, I was working at I own a meat company. That's what I do now. But I had a big warehouse, and we were rehearsing there. Chris Holmes, the legendary Chris Holmes from the rock band Wasp, was rehearsing near me. So he found out I had a big rehearsal over there. We were friends. He wanted to come check it out. So he asked me, hey, man, can I rehearse at your place over there? I was like, sure. He started rehearsing at our spot. Well, once he found out I needed a guitar player, he said, listen, I'm going to move to Europe in about 9 months to a year, but I'll play in your band the whole time I'm still left in America if you want me to. And I was just blown away. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You're Chris Holmes from Wasp. So he joined, man. So then, he told me, he gave me, 11 months. He told me straight up, in 11 months I'm leaving, but he did what he did. And he came in and saved the day and helped me out. And we did shows, and we reformed the band and got everything back together. So to this day, nobody even knows except for my wife and a couple of close friends about the whole record company deal and the guy that came. And the moral of the story on that one is after the record label guy called me, and I called him up and says, well, I'm going to do some band member changes, but the good news is I got Chris Holmes from Wasp. They talked about it, came back and says, well, at this time we think we're going to pass. I was like, they didn't want to, they wanted all brand new, fresh faces. They didn't want to promote somebody that's already been in the music business for a long time. They didn't want to have nothing to do with Chris Holmes at the time. And I was just blown away. I thought, well, damn, this is going to be my ticket, to get on with this label. I got Chris Holmes now. I thought that was going to be my end, but it wasn't. It was actually kind of a curse on me, but it doesn't matter. We went on and got a smaller label to help us later down the line. And then I changed members again once Chris left. And you know how it is, man. The hardest part about a band is not recording the music and playing live. The hardest part about being in a band is just keeping it together, keeping everybody on the same page. Because you know how it is. It's like you're in a marriage with 5 or 4 different people. You know, you have different opinions, different outlooks on things, different business ideas, different integrities, different morals, different standards, and all that comes into play. It's kind of rough, man. Putting my socks on.
Dude, put your socks on, brother. Dude, it's so funny that you mention all of that because Cody, am I lying? Did we not just talk about how we were going to talk to Carlos about this very topic?
Oh, 100%. It was on the write-up. Yeah. Carlos, you said that the hardest part about holding a band is keeping it together.
Yes.
What would you say your biggest challenges with members were? At least coming up to where you are now.
Well, you know, in the past, I know that some of my previous members, I mean, you know, when you try to get to that next level and you know, I guess go national or whatever, you want to play out of state shows, you know, some of these guys have like regular jobs and you can't blame them. They can't just take a week off to go to Texas. They can't, you know, they can't just go every other weekend and go to Vegas or Utah or something. So it's hard to find guys that could commit to what you're doing, you know, and also be able to commit in the long run. I mean, you know, like if I got a guy right now, it's like, oh yeah, I can play weekends. I got a 9 to 5 job, but I can play every weekend. I can rehearse on Tuesday nights. But, you know, what about 9 months from now, if your band gets signed to a label and they want you to go out and, you know, you might not make as much money as a starter band as you would on your job, but, you know, you have to be able to do it. So It's like, you know, you have to find guys that are flexible enough to luckily for me, I own my own company, so I can work when I want and take off when I want, basically. But other guys don't have the privilege of doing that. They have to, you know, their day jobs are very important. You know, like right now I'm having a situation where my drummer lives in Vegas. He's in a couple other bands. We're just trying to rehearse this week. Oh man, I can't do it this week. I got this going on, and my other guitar player's got a job, and then we have a gig Friday, and he's not going to go off till 6, and he's worried he's going to get there late. And I'm like, oh man. So you know, there's just all kind of little small variations of different stuff that go on behind the scenes, basically.
Yeah.
So would you say there's no solution, or would you say that there is a solution?
Well, no, I mean there's definitely a solution. Like I said, if you know, I think you just have to when you try to keep your band together, just make sure everyone's on the same page, and you know, just tell people straight out, say, listen, man, you know, what if a year from now we're doing this? Can you handle it? Can you travel? Can you do this? And if they can't, then tell them to be upfront with you. Look, you know, that's just like I said, Chris Holmes was very upfront. He's like, look, I'll give you 11 months that I'm moving to Europe. So I knew right from the start, I only had 11 months, and then I was going to have to find somebody else. So like right now, if you know, one of my guys goes home and I can't go on Texas for a whole week. You know, there's just no way. Then, you know, I can't just go, we're not going to play Texas. You know, I'll have to find somebody that can go off for a week, basically,
right,
you know?
Right.
So I think there's solutions to it. It's just, you know, I think it's just the dedication, basically. The solution is finding who's dedicated and who's not, basically.
Is that what you, I mean, when you initially decided, because you started Stonebreed, right? Or was it you and another person?
Well, I came up with the name, and then I started, you know, hand selecting different people. So I got the guitar player, then me and him started it, basically. But I'm basically the founder of the band, basically.
So when you started the band Stonebreed and you decided, okay, I want to take this to the next level, right? Let's just put this on you know, up in Front Street so that people know. You had no interest in being a hobby band. You wanted to take this to a pro level act, right?
Oh, yes. I've been doing this a long time. You know, before Stonebreed, I was in a couple other bands that did the same exact thing. I was in a band in Florida called the Bush Hounds, and we toured with like Skinner and Molly Hatchet, more of a Southern rock band. And that's what we did. We climbed a little ladder. You know, we played local shows. We put an album out. We started doing tours and this and that. And that's what you do as a band. You just one step at a time. You go to the next level. So, you know, right from the beginning, when I formed Stonebreed, I knew this wasn't a hobby band. This wasn't something I just wanted to play on the weekends and play cover songs. I wanted to write my own music, record my own albums. And if I can get signed to a cool label and sell a bunch of records, cool. If not, then I did it for myself and, you know, my friends and my family, and I'm still happy either way. So, but the bottom line is I've always had the intention of taking it as far as I can take it, you know. So they always say shoot as high as you can, and even if you fall short, at least you're in a good spot. So I've always been a firm believer if I can achieve whatever I can believe. So
Now, do you think there's a line? Do you think there's a line where you maybe cross it on either side? Maybe there's a line where you either go too far or a line where you don't go far enough. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, there's been a lot of decisions that I've made that bite me in the ass or that are good for me. Like you know, one time we decided to fly all the way to Florida for a show and we didn't get the upfront deposit and the guy ended up screwing us. So that's one thing that I made a really bad decision on. You know, so it just really kind of depends. I mean, you know, when you're trying to push a band to the next level, I mean, you can overdo it and you can underdo it. It just kind of depends. And that's where you got to draw that fine line. So, you know, I don't really know, you know, like the first couple of guys I had, you know, like the bass player could never go out of town and do anything. He worked as a corporate, like lawyer type of guy, and he just couldn't do it. So, you know, at that point I was like, well, do we find another bass player or, you know, what do we do? You know, I mean, the guy's a great guy, great bass player, but if he's not dedicated enough to go out on the road and try to progress the band and he's more worried about his home and his corporate life, and I totally understand that. I respect that, but you have to, you know, you have to be fair to the rest of the band members. If you're not willing to go 100% with them, then there's no use of dragging you along for your little 70%, if you know what I mean.
You opened up a big can of worms with that right there, bro. So let me ask you this.
All righty.
Let me ask you this. With the beginning of what you said right there, you brought into light something that obviously everybody's got to have a day job. Everybody's got to take care of their families, got to put food on the table. And so when you come into this, let me ask you this. When you're a musician and you know this is something you love and you really want to do, but I get lost in this because I wonder, because I think you at some point you have to start making some serious plans. There's a point where you're like, oh man, I really love doing this. I love writing songs. I love performing. I love playing instruments. I love singing, whatever it is. You know what I mean? I like the whole band atmosphere, the whole thing. It's for me. But there's a point where you decide, okay, is this something that I'm going to pursue seriously, or is this going to be a casual hobby? Well, if you decide I'm going to get a bunch of guys together and say, dude, I'm serious about taking this as far as we can take it, where does that line get crossed to where you're actually now deceiving yourself and other people that you're bringing into this project because you don't realize that there's a lot involved? I mean, you're looking to get involved in the entertainment business, and it's a specific thing. You're looking to be a musician, a rock star, as some would say. That's one of the most sought after, you know, careers that there is. You know what I mean? Movie star, rock star, those are like it, right? So at what point do you have to take serious note of yourself and decide, hey, I can't just put myself out there and go, hey, I want to do this. And I've got these other lives, these people with families, and, you know, this is for real, man. This is no bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're going out there, you're investing a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of effort. At what point do you decide, hey, I better be serious about where I'm going with this and not be casual about it? Because for me, it seems like a lot of musicians just jump right in. They're like, I love this. This is my passion. But they don't think about the fact that when they go into this with 3 other guys, 4 other guys, 5 other guys, whatever it is, they're making a serious commitment.
Yeah.
And if you all of a sudden, like the guys you said, they quit on you while you were dealing with the label last minute. It's like, they put you in a really bad position. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? And what are your thoughts about that, honestly?
Well, that specific, you know, dealio, I mean, okay, I understand they all quit on me at one time, and it was a very bad time to do it because I was working with the record label about getting signed, but I didn't let them know that. So in their defense, they had no idea I was in talks with this label and possibly getting the band signed. At that point, we were struggling a lot. You know, I was fighting with some of the guys. You know, one of the guys didn't want to tour, didn't want to go play Denver, didn't want to do this, didn't want to, oh, let's just tell them to go out, I'm like, they just didn't understand. So, we butted heads, and, one of the other guys is, girlfriend decided she wanted to, try to take over as the band manager, and that didn't work over very well. So, I mean, at that time, we just had a lot of like frustrations going on within the band. We had one member couldn't play, one member's girlfriend was trying to take over, the other guy was busy running off with some t-shirt guy to try to sell t-shirts across the country. He would, and that's kind of another thing about commitment. I mean, this guy, I had shows booked out of state, but he wanted to go run off with a t-shirt company and sell t-shirts. And I told the guy, I'm like, dude, do you want to be the guy in the crowd selling the fucking t-shirts, or do you want to be the guy in the fucking band on the stage who the guy in the crowd is selling the t-shirts for, dude? You make that decision, brother. And so we had a lot of animosity between us over that. We fought a lot about the different, like I said, keeping a band together. Everyone had different ideas. I wanted to go tour, I wanted to go to Denver, and I wanted to go to Salt Lake, and I wanted to play Vegas, and I wanted to play Texas, and I want to record albums, and I want to do all that. But these guys wanted to play Paladinos on a Friday night and then go do their corporate job all week long. And then, comes Tuesday, go rehearse, and then Sunday, go maybe play at a barbecue in their friend's backyard. And that's their level of dream. Mine's way higher than that. So.
Right.
So somewhere along the line, communication gets completely twisted because we know, both you and I and Cody, we all know right here with the three of us talking, we all know that initially everybody is on the same page. And like, yeah, we want to do this, man. This is what we want to do for our life as a career. I mean, whether you consider it a living or you consider it something that goes way beyond that. If it's something that's what you want to do, the old saying, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's right.
Every musician wants to do that, but how serious are they about achieving that goal? And I think that you and I can both say that not too many are very serious because they don't have a game plan, and they absolutely do not have what is it called when you're running a marathon?
The drive or the...
No, when you
stamina.
need that extra stamina. Thank you, bro.
Right.
They don't have the stamina to be in this business because there's a lot of the things that we've been talking about this whole time that go on, which is, something comes up and you got a show where you don't get paid or you don't get the kind of dates that you want and you're not getting the kind of money that you want for shows. And so to get out there on a big level and get your band started and get people to know who you are and know that you're serious and that you're meant to be here in the music industry, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of sacrifice.
A lot of sacrifice and a lot of hard work, man. You're right. You have to have a plan. You can't just get in a band and go, let's play some shows and record a demo and hand it out to Capitol Records. Someone's going to sign us. We're going to be millionaires. It doesn't happen like that, man, especially in this day and age. You have to really work hard. You got to build your brand up, build your name up, get your name out there. Then you have to, establish yourself in different markets. When I say markets, when you're in the music business, a city is a market. So, I mean, like I was saying, we've been to Salt Lake probably 7 or 8 times now. Every time we play Salt Lake, we got a couple more people come. So now we can draw 40, 50, 60 people in Salt Lake. We can draw 30, 40, 50 people in Las Vegas. And we could draw people in Detroit. We could draw people in Chicago, not just in our hometown of LA. Not only do you have to start working on markets, but then you got to get your music out there, man. You can't just record a CD and just sit back and expect it to go out there, put it on Reverb Nation. You gotta work that shit, man. You got to get with promoters and radio stations and, people that promote shit, and you got to get that stuff out there. There's people that you paid to get your music on the radio and get your shit out there. So it's a business. I mean, you can do it as a hobby or you can do it as a business. And you're absolutely right. Some musicians do it as a hobby. Some start out being a business, figure out they can't make it, don't have the stamina, they turn it into a hobby. And then you got some guys that just are diehard, they're never going to quit. They'll just, beat it dead horse until the ground till they're dead. Basically. So, and that's kind of like me, man. I'm older now, but I'm still playing music, and it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to be a rock star. I'm a rock star already in my own mind. I have a nice house, a nice truck, beautiful wife, kids. I eat good. I smoke good. I live life to the fullest. I live just like your average rock star. I'm just not famous, so that's it. And I hang out with rock stars. So that's cool, man. So I have no desire to be a rock star. I just want to be a musician that, makes music and hopefully people are happy that listen to it, So
yeah, I think I think a lot of people forget that you can be in the music business and not be the biggest millionaire mainstream in the public eye. Like there's so many musicians that, like you said, you're living the dream right now. Like, why the fuck would you want 30 million people taking your picture every fucking time you step out? You're doing everything you want. They think people.
Let me give you a prime example.
Yeah.
Let me give you a prime example. You've heard of the band Rat.
Of course.
Okay. Warren DeMartini recently bowed out of the band or got fired or quit. But the reason is because the guy's super rich, man. The guy has family money. He has part of his family is the Mars Candy Foundation. So,
oh shit,
if you're a Rat and you're playing arenas and you're playing for 30, 40,000 people, that's all fun and dandy. But if it's 2021 and you're in Rat and you got to jump on a fucking plane and fly to Chicago and get on a shitty little bus ride over to some little bar and play in front of 600-700 people when you could be sitting home in your multi-million-dollar mansion in San Diego just kicking it. I mean, that's a big difference on being a rock star and doing it for if you love what you're doing or if you're doing it for the money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That guy's got so much money. He doesn't have to go out and play shows like that. He doesn't have to go out and do these bar gigs anymore. He used to, but recently he decided to just give up on it. He doesn't want to do it anymore. And I heard they're getting ready to go back on tour, but just that brief, thing of, well, maybe this isn't for me anymore type of shit. You know what I mean? But I was using it as an example because, like I said, that guy's got a lot of money and he didn't want to go out and tour these smaller places anymore.
Yeah.
So.
I get both sides of it. I really do. Because on one side of it, I see the aspect of, what? Shit, man. If you got money, if you're comfortable, it's real easy to be lazy.
Yeah.
But what do you want out of your life? I mean, I don't know. For me, it's more about a drive, a passion. It's about achieving certain goals. And it's not about ego at all. Some people think it's about ego. And for those people, I'm like, grow up. Your mind is a little too small for you. It's not about ego at all. It has nothing to do with ego. It has to do with having some self-respect and going, you know what? I've got so many paths that I could have gone down in my life. I could have chose to be this. I could have chose to be that. But instead, I decided I want to do this. And I just dedicated my life to that. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go after this and I'm going to hunt it down and I'm going to cut off its head. And I'm going to be the victor at the end of it. Now, that to me sounds more like a boxer's viewpoint on thing or a weightlifter's viewpoint on thing or somebody that's like very egotistical or not egotistical, but someone who's very much into like, testosterone and being a man and just kind of conquering. But I think for musicians, it's not about that, but there definitely is the conquer. There definitely is the hunt for us. Oh,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, just like with everything that you do, I mean, you strive to be the best at what you can be. I mean, if you're playing a game, you want to win, if you're in a race, you want to win. And, if you're trying to, be at something, you want to be the top of your game, man,
And on that note, Carlos, I want to talk more about you and Stonebreed because honestly, dude, the reason that we asked you to come on this podcast is because we think you're undeniable. We think that you're a musician that has gone and done the race and you've gone down the path and you said, you know what? I don't care what obstacle come in front of me. I'm going to jump over them.
100%.
What it takes. You know what I mean? I'm going to go through the walls. And I've always respected you, dude. And we've shared the stage a few times on the local level, but I've always wanted to kind of go beyond that and do some touring and stuff because I respect what you do. I love Southern rock. I think what you guys do, Stonebreed, is solid, man. You guys are good.
Thanks, brother.
It's good music. And I do.
And I love Ravenscroft, man. One of my favorite local bands.
Thanks, brother.
And that's not just because, I have a man crush on Brett or nothing. No, he's my buddy, man. I love Brett.
No, he's a good dude and he's a good looking guy. So I get it. The chicks love him.
Oh yeah.
But he's a happily married man. So none of that matters to him.
That's right.
But the point is, me and Cody are looking for musicians that are true blue and dedicated to the art. And that also there's a lot that comes with that, because their career path and everything that they've gone through to achieve their goals, whether they've conquered and gone to the heights that they originally planned on going to, or whether they're happy with where they've gone because they, over time, they've just developed a nice, steady fan base. You guys have that. You guys have a nice, steady fan base. You guys have people that just love your music and just, they're all about the next Stonebreed release. You know what I mean? and it really is. And when you guys go on tour, like you said, you guys have people that follow you. So it's really awesome. My question for you is, do you think that there is anything that can be done when you're on the path towards success to keep that path straight and like to make sure that you guys are going to stay on there? Do you have any advice for people that are in a band?
Honestly,
is there a way to keep it together? Is there a way to
stay focused, man? Just have a goal and work your ass to that goal. And even if it's small goals, if you're at a brand new band and your first goal is that we need a gig, set that goal, achieve that goal. Once you reach that goal, set your next goal. Okay, now we need to record. Okay, what song are we going to record? What 10 songs are we going to record? What album what are we going to call it? Boom, you hit that next level, you make a plan, you hit that goal, boom, you got shows, you got an album, then where do we go? Well, let's see if we can't get a small label to look at us, or let's see if we can't get a gig out of town, maybe Vegas or Phoenix or something. Set a goal, hit that goal. And then just keep hitting your goals, man. Just keep setting goals and just keep hitting your goals and don't stop until you do. And if you fall short of a goal, just look around, figure out why, fix it, get up, do it again. It's just all you got to do, man.
You know what I love about that?
I've had so many hurdles. You know me, man. I've had band members quit on me. I've had shows where I needed a guitar player by tomorrow night at 8:00 type of shit. And still, it just somehow things just evolve and turn out for the okay some reason, because I keep going. I don't give up. I don't just fall down on the floor and beat my head against the wall. I just keep rocking and keep rolling and just keep persevering and keep on. Persistence wears down resistance. That's an old saying I always remember is, man, just be persistent and wear down any resistance anywhere.
Do you think the music business in general, I mean, it's obviously music business is a business like any other business. We throw that first word in there and it seems to change it for some people in their minds. But let's face it, we could take the word music out completely. It's a business. You know what I mean? Just like any other business. Do you feel that a more mature musician like yourself or myself do you feel that there's still a chance for us to get somewhere in the industry, even if it's only on a smaller level?
Oh, yeah. In my honest opinion, age doesn't matter at all. Because when I was younger, and I was probably, 18, 17, 16 years old listening to music, I would listen to like Bob Seger, Steve Miller, Fleetwood Mac. These are all people that were in their 40s and 50s at that time. I like that kind of music. Like right now, for instance, when I, looking for a band member to join my band or so, I go on Craigslist, I see a guy, I'm a guitar player, 10 years experience. My influences are, then he puts 10 bands that I've never even heard of one single band, bro. So I'm like, oh my God, there's a big generation gap going on there. But I don't think that age really has any matter on it. If the music is good, people are going to like it. I mean, like, for instance, there's a guy in country right now. I don't know if you follow country. His name's Chris Stapleton.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's like big old, older dude, big old beard. He's not a Miranda Lambert or a Jason Aldean looking guy. He's an old biker, big old gruffy guy, but he writes all this music for all these humongous country stars, made all these hits, then decided to make his own music. And he's the one that sings that song Tennessee Whiskey, but the dude is blowing up right now. I mean, he's like one of the biggest country artists of all time right now. And, he's, I don't know, I would say he's like 55, 60 years old. And, he's just now blowing up right now. So
that's fucking awesome.
As long as the music is good, bro, people will listen to it. And I'm a firm believer of that. Because I listen to some younger kid bands these days, and I don't like them. I'm like, they don't do nothing for me. They don't have enough background. They don't have enough experience yet to to tell me something about life in a song or to show me something that I already know, man. You know? So I personally like the elderly artists and like the old fuckers like me. Because I'm old, baby. I played the guitar at the Last Supper.
You broke bread with Jesus. You heard it here first.
That's right, brother.
A lot's happened since yesterday. A lot has happened since yesterday for Carlos because he was praying at the Last Supper of Jesus Christ. We did not know that when we asked him to come on this show.
And I still got 2 disciples in the band, bro. Just playing.
Peter and Paul.
This is like
that's right, man.
It reminds me of like when he's on the, what was that, Step Brothers, when he's like, I got me an angel band and I'm in the front row and I'm hammer drunk.
Well, that's like me, man. I like my Jesus, you know, to be like the lead singer out front, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Skinner type of shit, you know.
I got a message for all of them, right? Shake and bake.
What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
Oh, man,
Holy
that's
shit,
so
dude.
cool, it's great having you on, bro. So
Thanks,
what's going on next for Stonebreed? What I mean, do you have an album coming up? Are you doing an EP? Are you gonna
Well, you know what we did was we decided to the last album we did with we signed a small label with Rock Avenue Records label. They put the album out. They paid for the recording. But after the album came out, they weren't a big enough label to really promote it or push it the right way. There was no tour support. We couldn't get on any tours with nobody. We couldn't really get it played, normal iTunes, Spotify, blah, blah, blah. But they weren't pushing it. It wasn't getting played on any radio stations anywhere other than internet radio. So it didn't really do as well as we could have had we had a bigger push and some money behind it. So we decided to, instead of doing a whole new album or an EP, let's just do some singles. Let's record a couple songs, do some singles. So we just did a song. We did a single called Dirty Little Mind. Came out like right at the beginning of the year. And then I wrote like a more of a ballad song, and we released that just a couple months ago, actually on Valentine's Day, called One More Day. So we have a couple more songs we're in the middle of working on recording right now. And with the guitar player that we got right now, me and him are working on some stuff because we're gonna maybe put 4 or 5 new songs together and record that. But I want to, write something brand new.
Nice.
I do have some old songs that I wrote that have never been recorded professionally. I got demos, and all my band members all the time, I was, hey, we should do that song. We should bring this song up from the past. We should bring that song up from the past. So I got a library of songs that we might be able to pick 1 or 2 from there too. But right now, we're just going to concentrate since the COVID opened back up. We just released 2 singles. We're going to just work on doing some shows, building the brand name up a little bit more and getting more tight on our live shows, and basically writing some new material. Like I said, we got 1 song for sure that we'll probably release in the next month and a half. And then after that, we'll probably wait about 3 or 4 months and do like a 5-song, 6-song EP type of thing.
Okay, right on.
But I got goals. I got my goals.
Hell yeah, dude.
I know what I'm shooting for.
You got your goals, exactly. So Stonebreed is now doing the singles game, which I think is a good game, by the way. Personally, that's my opinion. Ravenscroft is probably going to follow suit. We've done it in the past, and it seems to work out really well. So I wish you luck, brother.
Thanks, man.
When does your tour officially start? What's the first date?
Well, we just did a couple of shows, like a couple of warm-up LA shows in Santa Ana at stages. We played the 1st and the 15th of May, the 2 really good shows. And then we're going to be doing a show June 4th. We're out at the Hilltop Tavern. If anybody has ever been out there, it's a great venue. I don't know if you guys have played there yet, but man, beautiful outdoor venue overlooking the valley. Sun comes down. Eat dinner, watch a couple of bands play. There's usually playing tribute bands, and they'll have an original band open. We played out there before with Led Zeppelin. Nice. Awesome shows, like 400 people. This Friday, or not this Friday, June 4th, we're playing with Bonfire, which is a really good AC/DC tribute to the early Bon Scott era. So that's June 4th. And then June 18th, we're playing another outdoor gig Lucerne Valley, a place called Cafe 247. Another cool little venue that's outdoors. You can eat barbecue and stuff like that. So it's a June 18th. Then July, we do a little bit of out-of-state stuff. July 3rd, we are in Phoenix at the 44 Bar and Grill. They just built a brand new stage, and it looks super nice there. It's over in Phoenix. And then the next night, we jump down to Tucson. July 3rd, we're at the House of Bards. Killer outdoor stage there. Big outdoor stage. We played Tucson many times. We love Tucson. And then we're going to take a couple of weeks off back. Well, I think I just got a text as I was talking to you. We might be playing July 22nd at the Whiskey with Steelheart.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know if we were able to do that because we're supposed to play July 24th in Salt Lake City at Liquid Joe's. I'm sorry, July 23rd. And then July 24th at the Dive Bar in Las Vegas. So I don't know if I'll be able to do the Whiskey show and get to Salt Lake in time because that's Thursday night. And we have to get up Friday and get to Salt Lake and then to Vegas. And I don't know if we have enough time. So I might have to pass on the Steelheart show.
Good
That's
God,
what we
man.
got on the books as of right now. So yeah,
Do you-
California, Vegas, Salt Lake, Phoenix, Tucson.
Very nice.
Do you
guys-
do the
Yeah,
booking
it's
yourself?
good to get out and have some fun and travel around a little bit, stretch your legs, man.
Do you do the booking yourself, or do you have?
I do. Yes, I'm the one that does all the booking.
Damn, dude, that's got to be busy.
Oh, it is. It's hard work, man. It's hard work to you email somebody and they don't email you back for like 3 weeks and you send them like 6 emails and then it's just like frustrating. You're like, man. And then you get up in the morning like, man, I gotta get hold of this guy. I gotta get hold of that guy. This guy didn't mail me back. Oh shit, this guy wants to do this date. So it's frustrating, but it's fun, man. I like it. It's what I like to do.
Yeah, you got to kind of love it, don't you? You got to get in that mode where because I remember the first time I realized that it wasn't just about the music anymore.
Oh yeah, it's a
It was
business,
like,
man.
I realized, okay, there's a mazillion, mazillion. There's a word for you. There's a mazillion people out there, and that's a lot of people. And they're all trying to be rock stars. And so you got to remember that. And that's the competition that you're up against. So you've got to if you got to learn to love it. You got to get into the buzz, so to speak. You got to get into the game and go, okay, I like this. I'm seeing all the angles and I'm enjoying being able to see that before the guy next to me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
well, that's how I felt like when we first started playing. We're just playing local gigs. We're playing Paladinos and this and that. But then when you start getting on more of a national level, we were playing with more of the national bands. We're opening for Molly Hatchet, and we're playing, with Rat at the Canyon Club, or we're playing, these bands like Great White and this and that. When you get out there, you get more of a feel of what it's like to be more in a national touring band. Because even though I might come out and open for Rat at the Canyon Club, and I might have only sold 50 tickets, and I got 50 of my friends out there, there's 750 people that are Rat fans that have never seen or heard of you.
Right.
And you're out there on stage in front of them, on the same stage as Rat, and the same crowd as Rat. So you feel like you're just equal to them almost. I mean, hey, I'm up here. I'm at the same club. I'm playing on the same stage. I might not have had 90 hits back in the 80s, but I'm still on the same spot right here, right now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Well, you're definitely on the same platform, and that's a big deal. That makes a lot of
And
sense.
every time you just move up, and just climb that platform and make those goals and set them steps up, man.
For the people that don't know where to find your stuff, are you guys on Spotify?
Yeah, Spotify, Reverb Nation, iTunes, all the main digital outlets. I don't even know, Deezer, Tidal Wave, all that stuff. Anywhere that you can find music digital, all you gotta do is just punch in Stonebreed. You can find us.
So what do you have? What is that platform called where people can donate money to keep you going? What's it called?
Like a Patreon?
Oh, you mean like a GoFundMe?
Or a GoFundMe?
No, not a GoFundMe.
Patreon or something like
Patreon,
that?
that's it. Do you guys have a Patreon at all?
We don't. I really don't know much about it.
I don't either. I couldn't remember the name. But
We don't have one. But
apparently it's important.
A couple years ago, we were getting ready to tour Texas, and we already set the tour up. And then some of the funds that were supposed to be from some sponsors kind of fell through, and we kind of fell short. So we did a GoFundMe to help us sponsor our tour, and a whole bunch of our fans sent a bunch of money and helped us out. That's the only time we've ever done anything like that. We and a couple of them even bought us motel rooms along the way. One girl worked at the Marriott. She set us up with some rooms, and we just put the word of mouth out that we were touring Texas, and we had people offering us places to stay, bringing us enchilada dinners at the shows. It was pretty cool. So
That is really cool, man. That is
yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
lot of love, man.
Well, I for one think that you guys should set up your own Patreon, and maybe Ravens.
I'll check it out. I'll look into that and see what I can look into, because
man,
it does take a lot of money to run a band.
It does, and I think that's the point. Is the people that like your band, they should support you guys as much as they can. It doesn't really take that much, really. I know it's been said before, but it's true. You can support a lot of the local musicians you love for the price of a cup of coffee.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Think
I mean,
about
like me myself, I every time I go to a show, I try to buy a T-shirt from the band at least, or a CD. I like to wear the merch, so
Yeah.
we just played a show last week with Void Vader, a really good metal band. I don't know if you know.
Oh,
Void
yeah,
Vader.
dude.
Yeah,
Really great band. We played a show with them for their CD release party.
Good guys, yeah.
I
know
bought
those
a
guys.
jersey, man. I'm like, this is a great band, man. I'll support you guys and help the band fund out, man. So I know how that goes, brother.
I just want to push Stonebreed and Carlos right now, and if there's anything else you want to talk about, Carlos, we can go over that.
Well,
I mean, we got some good stuff.
We're available everywhere. Stonebreed.com, Reverb Nation. Like I said, we have a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. Anybody that's got TikTok, please use our songs to help brand our name out there. Some of my friends have been using our music in their TikTok videos. That's kind of cool.
Nice.
We also have an online store. We have an online Etsy store, and that's been really popular because we put a bunch of new merchandise out. We got like jerseys, we got hats, we got beanie caps, we got coffee mugs, we got swimsuits for chicks, we got iPhone cases. I mean, anything Stonebreed you can think of, we sell them on our Etsy store. So if you go to Etsy, just look up Stonebreed, and we're all over Etsy as well. And a lot of people are buying our merchandise. They're buying the shirts, they're buying the beanie caps, the hats, the jerseys. They're buying it up, and that's really cool because it's another good way of branding your band. The more your band gets seen out there, I've got people all the time. The guy just sent me a picture like 3 weeks ago. He's at the Eiffel Tower in Paris wearing a Stonebreed shirt, taking his picture. So I'm like, if I could just get 10 people out there, taking pictures of them in Paris or in Germany or in Sweden or wherever, sporting a Stonebreed shirt, that's just that much more branding and publicity that you can get out there. So
Yeah,
I encourage
absolutely.
everyone to go to the Etsy store and check out some Stonebreed.
You guys have music videos, yes?
No, believe it or not, we have never done one single music video,
Really?
and that's coming very soon. We were going to, when the first Rock Avenue Records were getting ready to do a label, but that's another thing. Of all the band members argued about who was going to do the video, what the video was going to be about. It got to be such an argument. We ended up not even doing the damn thing. So, yeah. So now we're definitely going to do a video. There's so many live videos of us. It's embarrassing. I wish half of them would be taken down because some of them from like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. And, some of this, I mean, you're a musician, there's some videos probably you wish someone would take them down and get them out of you. But hey, it is what it is, man. It's 2021, so you can't do anything without somebody recording your ass. So
Yeah, for sure.
That's
for
true.
sure.
That's true.
I guess where I was leading with that, Carlos, is I wanted to kind of, if Cody is good with this and if you're good with this, I wanted to end the episode on a high note and play your personal favorite song from the band Stonebreed, your band. So if that's cool, we could maybe do that.
yeah.
So let me know, what's your personal favorite song and why?
And that is just so hard to answer, man. I mean, being a songwriter, I wrote every single song on all the albums. And each one of them has a special place in my heart, man. Like the
You got a
song
story?
Miss Me, I wrote about my wife, and the song One More Day, I wrote about my father. But in honesty, since the new song that I just released is called One More Day, I think that's going to be my new favorite song. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. First of all, the song it's called One More Day. What it's about is if say you had somebody very, very close to you, like my father passed away, and I wrote a song about what it would be like if I could just spend one more day to sit down and talk, just to hang out with you, talk with you, tell you how I've been, show you pictures of my kids, whatever. It could be your father, your mother, your sister, your son, whatever. So I wrote a song about losing someone special in your life and wishing you only had one more day. Then right after I recorded that song and released it, my stage manager, Lynn Stray, sorry, I've been kind of getting teared up a little bit because my buddy just passed away just a couple of like a month ago. We just did a big tribute show for him last Saturday night, and it's like every time I hear that song, I think of my brother, it's Lynn Stray, because he just passed away. So it's a real emotional song for me. So after I recorded the song, I was like, well, I don't want to spend a bunch of money and go out and do like, $5,000, $6,000 video, because I want the song to come out now. So what I did was I told everybody on my Facebook page, listen to me, I got a new song. I want you to send me a picture of you and somebody that you love that you've lost, you and your dad, you and your mom, you and your sister, you and your brother, you and your son. Send all these pictures to me. So I made a lyric video for One More Day, and it's basically a picture of all of our fans with all their loved ones. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but if not, you definitely need to check it out.
Is it
But
out?
all of our fans send in pictures of them and their loved ones. So it's very special to me because not only did I write it about my dad, and every time I hear it, it reminds me of my brother Lynn. But every time now when people listen to that song or show it, all my friends and fans that lost somebody, they're in the video. And it means so much to me that I was able to put their family in our video. I mean, so many people called me up crying, dude, I can't believe, you put my mom in your video, bro. You just don't even know how much that means to me. And it really just hit home, dude. It's like, I've had people tell me that when they hear it, they cry. And that's what music's about. When you can get an emotion from a song, whether it be happy, sad, make you want to smash something, make you want to drive fast. If you can get an emotion out of a song, that's when you know you're doing something right. So
Facts.
I'm going to say One More Day by Stonebreed.
One More Day. You heard it here, guys. Go check out One More Day. So that is on YouTube, yes? So
Yes, it is on YouTube. And check out the lyric video, because there's one with no lyric video and one that has the lyric video. It's got the words. It's got all the pictures of all the deceased friends of ours.
Okay. Well,
I'll link it as well in the
sure.
description, people. The link will be straight down in the description as well, for sure.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Dude, that's such a great story too. Oh,
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that, man.
oh my Lord.
And the other song I was going to suggest, Dirty Little Mind, but you don't need to hear that story. wrote that when I wrote that when I was in prison. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just kidding, man.
All right. Well, that song's not on YouTube, but it is on Pornhub.
No.
Anyway,
Oh.
That's right.
no. Dude, it's been great talking to you, brother.
Thank you,
I
man. I really appreciate you guys having me on today. It saved me from taking a trip with the wife and the kids this morning.
No, it's fantastic talking to you, and I'm hoping that I get to see you live soon, and maybe even we'll play some shows together in the near future. Hopefully.
Oh, I'm sure we'll definitely be booking some shows together soon, brother.
Hell yeah, dude.
For sure,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Matter of fact, since I do a lot of the booking, anytime I hear of anything available that you guys can get, I'm gonna fucking call you personally.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah, no, absolutely, and we will do the same. We will pass it.
Cool.
Any of that stuff. Be great to share the road and some experiences with you guys. Like I said, I respect you, bro. There's a lot of musicians out there, but there's few and far between that I truly respect, because I see there's a certain something that some musicians have, and you can tell, hey, you know what? They're doing the best and the most that they can with what they've got. You know what I mean? In some situations, there's not a whole lot you can do, but because when you're in a band, most people don't realize this, but when you're in a band, you're not a solo act. It's not just you and a manager and whatever the record label. It's you and 4 or 5 other guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that mean, like you said, it's a family thing. They've all got relationships, and it's not easy, is the point. And
Definitely not easy, man.
guys like you shine through with all that stuff, and so that won myself, that won my respect, and it won Cody's respect, and we said, let's get Carlos on
100%.
podcast, because for this podcast, that's what this podcast is about. It's about pushing and sharing stories, pushing bands that we feel should be doing more and should be getting more attention, and because they not only have a message that we feel is a good message, but they have a good sound, but also we feel like they've paved that path for themselves that they deserve at this point. You know, it's not instant gratification. You've put in the time, man. You put in the work. You deserve that. You know what I mean?
Thank you, brother. Yeah,
You deserve to see
on 11 years now I've been with this band.
you deserve to see some fruit from that labor. So, and that's what we're here for. That and the information, the story that you shared today, some of the stories that you shared, some of the information that you shared is priceless, in my opinion.
100%.
For other musicians that are trying to come out, right, Cody?
100%.
That's what we're here for. Right?
Yeah, dude. The just the sheer stuff, like you said, write down the plan. I mean, if more bands and more artists would just take the time to write it down, come up with a clear path, then they start realizing that any failure or any perceived failure, it's irrelevant. It just didn't go along with the plan. That's not a failure. That just didn't match your plan. You're still along. You didn't lose.
That's right.
You know, and to be able to put that perspective in is monumental, you know. So yeah, dude, I can't thank you enough for coming on, dude. It was great talking to you.
Hey, thank you guys for having me, man. I had a great time today.
Absolutely, brother. Everybody check out Carlos and his band Stonebreed. Check out the video. It's a lyric video. It's Stonebreed, and the song is called Another Day. Is that correct?
One more day.
One more day.
One more day.
One more
And
day.
then watch Dirty Little Mind.
Then watch
And then watch Dirty Little Mind. We'll put links below.
100%.
All right, brother.
Cool.
Peace, bro.
Thank you guys so much, man. Raymond Cross rocks.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Carlos. Everybody.
And a lot fucking happened since yesterday.
A lot's fucking happened since yesterday. Go support Stonebreed. Go support Art. Go support Ravenscroft. Go support anybody you feel deserves the support. Once again, Laurie Whittaker, we love you. Thank you for your support. Go join the Facebook group. Do it all, goddammit. I don't know. I'm running out of stuff to say. Until next time, we love you. Peace.
Peace, guys.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
I knew you was gonna let something.